up, beautiful people? Welcome to the Beautiful Vessels podcast. I'm your host, Cydney Terese, and I just want to say thank you again. Thank you for tapping into another episode. I am so excited for this episode. I have a special guest, Gabby Scott.
Hey, y'all.
Who is an author, mentor, and beauty and cosmetic curator. I'm so happy to have you on today. Why don't you share a little bit about who you are and tell our audience a little bit about your background?
Of course. My name is Gabrielle Scott, or a lot of people call me Gabby. Like she's already said, I do a lot of different things.
Yes.
But some of the main things that I am doing right now is really moving forward into this space where God has me helping women to be able to move forward. So my background is I'm a pastor's kid. Both my mom and my dad are pastors. I was born on Good Friday, and we started our church on that Sunday.
Wow.
So I was literally born into it. I travel the world internationally with my mom, and we do a lot of preaching all over the world, a lot of mission trips, Pakistan, Asia.
That's powerful.
We've been Africa, we've been to so many different places. 9 countries in 1 year is what we did a few years ago. But just going all over the world, taking time to mentor women, young adults, little girls, whatever age range people feel like they can connect with me, then I'm always open to be able to help them.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I did not know that you were a pastor's kid.
Yes.
Basically
Both sides.
Both sides.
Yeah.
Both of my parents are ministers, so I definitely understand. Not a PK, but minister's kid, if that is a thing.
Yes, it is.
I would say yes, definitely. So I imagine, every Sunday it was like, we were always at church. Every Saturday we were at church. On Wednesdays we were at church. Yes, and I was going to say, and even now, I met you at church.
At church. Yeah.
I met you at church, which is honestly really, really beautiful.
Yeah.
How I feel like God can just bring like-minded women together.
Absolutely.
And be able to utilize our voices and who we are and our background, because you probably didn't think that you would grow up and take this path that you have taken, I'm sure.
No, I wanted to be very far from it. In fact, out of me, I have an older sister, and a younger brother. And out of the 3 of them, I'm the one who's more into ministry. They'll help out every now and again, but it's mainly me.
Right.
I'm the one who is 10 toes in. So yeah.
How did you realize that this was for you? What made you say, okay, I'm going to get into ministry?
I didn't want to.
Really? What?
Sometimes we ask God for instructions about our purpose, about what am I supposed to be doing?
Right.
And he would speak to me. He would show me things through visions, and I would see myself on a platform speaking, and I'm like, what am I doing? Welcoming the speaker? But no, you are the speaker. And so I just had to really be obedient to where and what and when he wanted me to move, and that's kind of how I got to where I am now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can relate to that because I feel like before I started this podcast, I recognized that I was like, you know what? I keep having these same recurring dreams, where I am speaking on stage and I am maybe opening up for someone, or I'm not quite sure what exactly I'm doing, but I know that I'm behind the podium. So, and then I kept hearing people say things about starting a podcast or utilizing my voice even more, and I was like, you know what? Hey, here we are. Let's take this leap of faith and let's see where it leads me. So I definitely can relate and I understand.
Yes.
Because it's almost as if it's like an itch that you can't get off, right? Whenever God calls you and says, this is for you, he won't let you rest until you pretty much tap into it.
Yeah, no sleep. It's a burden. It's pressure. It's growing pains until you actually step into it.
Right.
And then it's a sigh of relief, but then there's also still a push to keep going further.
I know. I feel like that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at in episode 6 now of this podcast. I'm every day it feels different. Every day I don't know what I'm going to experience. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. I don't know where I'm being pulled to.
Yeah.
But I can say that itch is no longer there. It's more so I have a sense of discernment and peace knowing that I said yes to the call.
Absolutely.
So it's really, really beautiful.
Yeah.
So I have another question for you.
Course.
This season is all about becoming her. What does the phrase mean to you personally? Who is her to you?
Yes. So her or she is very strong, but she's soft. She is discerning. She's moving in clarity, and she's very strategic. She's intentional. She's healed. She's whole.
Right.
And I know a lot of times we have trouble getting to what
Right.
she is supposed to be. But I found that if we can just really lean into what God has already said about us from the very
Yes.
beginning, sometimes we get away from that because we're too deep into like what the standards of the world are, and what everybody looks like, and what everybody's doing, and where they're going, and everybody on Instagram is taking vacations and they're doing all the things, so they, you feel like that's what you're supposed to be doing. But even if you do all that, you're still going to feel a void. You're still going to feel empty. So it's really about moving to that place of just being whole in every area of your life. Just, do I like being by myself before I want to be with somebody else?
Yes.
Can I hold a conversation? Do I have social anxiety? And if I do, how am I going to deal with that when I have to be around people?
You're going deep.
These are all the things that I have to deal with. So, just becoming her is dealing with those things. Sometimes we don't want to deal with it. We just want to, we see it and we just kind of want to leave it to the side. But in order to become her, you have to deal with those things.
That's very true. And dealing with those things is not easy.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. Especially whenever you come and you think about the pressures of the world. And like you mentioned, like social media and society telling you that basically the person that you are made to be may not be good enough, may not be accounted for purposefully, or, it makes you question yourself and think to yourself, who is her?
Yeah.
Like, who am I, And it takes a lot of introspection and a lot of healing and a lot of really self-reflection in order to get to that place where you say, okay, this is her.
Yeah.
And I now recognize that this is her, and I can now become her.
Yes.
I feel like that is an ongoing journey.
Ongoing. You never stop.
You never really ever stop, because healing never stops.
Yeah.
And isolating the world, counting out the pressures that they give to you, that is easier said than done, especially in the world of social media, because comparison kicks in, lack of understanding your identity. And I remember growing up and talking to my parents, and my mom and my dad telling me things like, who you are destined to be are the gifts that God gave you, right? But then dealing with the pressures of the world, you start to question those things. You start to say, that may not be for me. So getting back to that centered place, it's really not easy. So I want to encourage anyone on this journey today. It could take a little bit of self-reflection in order to figure out who her is, but becoming her is a process, and it's rewarding whenever you can actually get to that place. So I advise to do the inner work. Do the inner work. I absolutely love that. So life moves in seasons. What season are you currently in, and what do you feel like God is showing you or stretching you in right now?
So I'm in 2 seasons at one time.
Really?
Yes, and it's very
tiresome.
It's very exhausting. It's pruning. I don't know if healing is kind of the same, but I feel like I'm healing and pruning at the same time.
Right.
I'm in this process of just becoming the best person that I can be for what God wants me to do, but I'm also healing from things that have happened in the past so that I don't take that with me.
Right.
It's a very tedious journey to be in a place where you think that you have healed from something. I had a friend call me the other day, and he challenged me.
Really?
Challenged me to reconcile a relationship.
Wow.
And I was just like, I don't want to. So I had to make sure that I did my inner work. I did what I needed to do on the inside to figure out why I didn't want to reconcile. But then also identify, why is God pushing me to do that? And if I do it, how can I help other people navigate that as well? So in the midst of trying to build everything that he wants me to build and be obedient to all the things that he wants me to do, I'm healing and I'm also pruning at the same time.
Sounds like a season of transformation.
Absolutely.
And that is such a tiresome season.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely can relate. I feel like I'm in a season of transformation as well. The times don't look the same, right? Things that I used to enjoy doing, they no longer fulfill me. friendships that I thought would outlast the test of time, they have become shy in a way. Even now, stepping fully into this calling, into, recognizing and utilizing my voice, I'm able to see that there's some people that may not be happy for you.
Yeah.
They may not actually want to jump on the bandwagon. And that's hurtful,
Yes.
especially if you see that this is the person that you grew up with, this is your family member, this is a friend. So it's rewarding, I would say, to accept who God has called you to be. But at the same time, it definitely comes with its tribulations and it's pruning and it's stretching, in order to get to that place of where God is calling you to be. Because I believe that restoration is real.
It is real.
And so as you elevate to this next level, God will then go and give you those people back. He'll give you those people that will support you and maybe even open up more doors for you. And so I have an unwavering faith in knowing that the stretching is for a reason.
Oh, yes.
And God shows up in a way that is in a supernatural blessing. And you just have to be obedient to receiving it. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. It's not easy, but here we are saying yes to the call. We've all had those moments where we felt broken or lost. Can you share a time that in your life you felt like you were broken or lost and God turned that into something beautiful?
Yeah. So this is where I try not to cry. But there was a season where I was surrounded by a lot of people, but I still felt alone. And even by being surrounded by them, it was a lot of just kind of torment within myself, thoughts, having people that you feel like are for you, but then everybody turns against you. It's like one day you help everybody build their life, move to a new state, you do all the things, and then everybody turns on you. And it's like, can you tell me what I did? No one can say anything.
Wow.
And it took a toll on me because in that season of building, I put my all into it. And once that was all snatched away from me, like in one moment, I went into a really deep depression. And so much so that I wanted to commit suicide.
No.
And it was a Sunday morning. I'll never forget it. It was a Sunday morning. I was getting ready to take a shower and get dressed for church. And I filled up the bathtub. And I still had on like church music in the background. But I was like planning to just go under and not come back. And I told God, if there's nothing that stops me, I'm going through with this. And at the time, my whole family lived together. We just had like a huge house where everybody lived together on your own side of the house. Nobody bothered each other. And I got in the water and I began to submerge myself. And my mom walked into the restroom. I had the curtains closed, so she didn't know anything that was happening. She walked into the restroom and said, "God, what does my outfit look like for church today?"
Oh my goodness.
And all I could do was just cry. I just was bawling, and I felt like God had like yanked me up out of that water. He yanked my soul back to to the place where it was supposed to be. So that was a really tough moment where I did feel lost, but what I had to realize is that I was being led. And that moment led me to almost months where I would crawl out of my bed and I would just crawl into my closet and I would just be in prayer for hours. That is literally how I was able to like rebuild myself from that sunken place. I would just lock myself in my closet for hours and pray. Some days I would just start by praying and then I would just, wait and see what God would say to me. Or some days I didn't have the strength to say anything, so I would just lay there and I would close my eyes and I would tell God, like, do surgery on me and just get me back to who you created me to be. And that, like I said, is where I went from feeling lost to being led, getting back into my secret place and not depending on the people that was around me, but solely depending on Him.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to say. Oh my goodness, that is absolutely beautiful. I'm literally lost for words.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay. And I imagine that you still go to your secret safe place.
Yeah.
Okay. And it has this as a safe space that you just, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So powerful.
Yeah.
And Did you feel like whenever you were yanked out of the water, that at that point you recognized that there was a greater purpose for your life? Or?
Absolutely, because in those moments, I didn't even feel like God saw me. It's like I'm feeling all of this pain. I'm feeling all of this rejection.
Right.
I'm feeling abandoned. And it's like you are omnipresent. You are always with me, so you know how I feel. Why
Right.
are you not fixing this? So I felt like he didn't acknowledge me. I felt like he wasn't there. And it was me saying that phrase, if nothing stops me, I'm going all the way under.
Right.
And for my mom, the water is literally to my chin, and my mom walks in and asks me that question. It was just like, okay, you are here. You are listening to me.
Right.
You know, and now that this has happened, what do you want me to do?
Right. What do you
Why
want
am
me
I
to do?
here? What am I supposed to do? And so that really pushed me into figuring out my purpose and knowing that, sometimes we go through things,
Yeah.
and going through those things helps you identify what your purpose is and who you are called to.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And, some people, they don't feel like they can be relatable to you because what have you been through? What can you teach me, or how can you mentor me if you don't have anything to share? And so, mentoring young girls who feel abandoned, who feel rejected, it put me back into alignment.
Yes.
Yeah.
I definitely understand, and honestly, that is what Beautiful Vessels is about. Like recognizing that our story is our calling.
Absolutely.
The things that we've gone through, God can make them beautiful.
Yeah.
He can turn those dark moments, those depression moments, those thoughts of ashamedness that we may have. He can take those and turn them into something that can be used for His glory.
Absolutely.
Like for you and your mentorship.
Yeah.
And being able to just have that experience to relate to others is very, very powerful. And it reminds me of how I can relate in my own personal life, but it also has created a space for me to see life's setbacks as a way to just see what God is doing.
Yeah.
To give myself grace in the process, because I know that He hasn't left me yet.
Right.
He's just showing me something,
Right.
or He's building my story. He's building my testimony. I remember not even a year ago, I had never been laid off from a job before. And I was like, I've never been laid off. I always, just left on my own.
Yeah.
And they always wanted me to not leave, but, I ended up leaving on my own. Randomly got laid off. And I was like, this is interesting. But I had already built my faith enough to recognize, I was like, okay, so you remove that so that you can create space for something else. And this was around the time that I was thinking about starting a podcast. And I was like, okay. I was like, okay, God, I see what you're doing. I just said a prayer where I said, okay, I'm gonna reach out to this company. I'm gonna reach out to a few guests. I'm gonna build my story. I'm gonna build my brand. And then I get let go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And thankfully I had, other incomes coming in, so I'm super grateful.
Yeah.
But I just recognized at that point in time that God was creating space.
Right.
Now I'm able to say to another woman, I know what it feels like to be laid off.
Absolutely.
I know what it feels like to wonder about finances and how you're going to get there or whatever the case may be. But God provides. He's steadily providing. And I have more space now.
Yeah.
I have more space to do the things I enjoy, which is
Yes.
this, and have a conversation with you. And
Yeah.
He ends up just blessing you abundantly if you just are okay with letting go.
Just let it go.
Let it go, let it
Yeah.
go. Let's see. So healing isn't linear. What has healing looked like for you lately?
Healing has looked like being bold, and how we talked about dealing with those things, like facing them head on. That's what healing has looked like for me. And doing it immediately. I found that if we really try to sit with what we are dealing with, you start thinking about all of these different things, all these scenarios and stuff that's probably not even true, and you've made up stories that help exaggerate a situation that you may have been in, when you could have just like, okay, I'm feeling something, let me go and deal with that immediately, so that it's not something that's being a burden to me, that's dragging me along, so that healing process for me has looked like being bold and facing it.
Right.
Yeah, just going to therapy.
Therapy. I'm all for it.
Yeah, having friends or having a safe space, whether it be my family, it's mostly my family, that I can say, hey, I feel like I may be getting ready to fall into a depression again. I feel like something is going on, just so you know. Because a lot of times when you're going through healing, you are looking for the people around you to know that you are sick.
Absolutely.
You should know that something is wrong with me, and a lot of the times they don't if you don't say anything. And so I found that telling my mom or telling my sister or brother, like, hey, I kind of feel like I may be slipping into this, like, I don't need you to be overbearing, but just, check up on me. And that has helped a lot. Opening my mouth and saying something. And I just encourage everybody to do that as well. When you are feeling something, say something. I know when we were little, we were taught that, like, if you see something, say something.
Absolutely.
But if you're feeling something, say something, and share that with the people that are around you so that they can help you fast track your process to healing.
Yeah. And I 100% agree, because people, they are not able to just know what you are going through, especially the older that we get, right? We are in our apartments, our houses, in our own little bubbles, and we're dealing with things internally that people don't know about. It's easy whenever we were younger, it was easier for our mom to look at us and see whenever we were sad.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? Exactly. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
But as we've gotten older, you gotta reach out to that friend. You gotta reach out to your mom. You gotta reach out to your siblings and just check up on them. You never really know what they're really, really going through, because life pressures.
Oh yes.
They are a lot. And we didn't recognize that it was like this when we were younger. We thought it was going to be easy. But as we have gotten older, we need a village in order to keep expanding as human beings, in order for us to get to the place that God has called us to.
Absolutely.
So let's talk purpose a little bit. How would you describe what purpose means to you in this chapter of your life?
Purpose is obedience.
Just like that?
Just be obedient. I asked God, I was looking at one of my peers on social media, and I saw how she and her family went from just regular lives to all of a sudden it was just like they blew up in a good way. And I was asking God, like, how did that happen, like, overnight? Like, the increase is insane. And he said that if you are obedient to what I asked you to do, then you will flourish. Okay, so it was very simple, and sometimes we like to complicate things, and it really doesn't have to be complicated. Whatever he tells you to do, just do it.
We psych that out. And honestly, we withhold our blessings. We don't get them right away, I would say, because we're scared. We're like, no, but what are people gonna say?
What if?
What if? We talk ourselves out of it all day. And we don't act in obedience because of all of those what ifs that hadn't even happened yet. It hadn't even happened yet. But we have talked ourselves out of it. And obedience is better than sacrifice.
Absolutely.
We grew up on that.
Absolutely.
I didn't know what it meant until I got older.
And if you don't obey, you will have to sacrifice. You're going to have to sacrifice in time, money, relationships, in your peace. It's somewhere you're gonna have to sacrifice if you don't just obey.
And it actually hurts. It actually hurts really, really bad to see other people sometimes flourish, and you are sitting in the thing that you're undecided about.
Absolutely.
And then you're scrolling and you're looking and you're like, but that could be me.
And it's like, but you didn't do what you were supposed to do.
Exactly.
That's purpose.
That is
just
purpose.
do what you're supposed to do, and you will be walking in your purpose.
Absolutely. And finding your purpose is just as easy as just going within yourself and figure out what you're good at. But we're going to talk about that on another episode. We're going to talk about that on another episode. So many women are probably in the in-between season of their lives. They're not quite who they used to be, but then they're not quite who they're going to be. What would you say to that woman right now?
Your in-between season is not punishment. It is a process. So you are in a place where God is giving you the tools, the strategy, the wisdom, the people, the resources, the money to be able to flourish in that next season. So that in between is just preparation. It's just preparing you for where God is getting ready to take you. And it's uncomfortable.
It's very uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's very uncomfortable. You talked about, not having that job. And that's the same place that I'm in right now. And I'm like, okay, so what am I supposed to be doing? But God is showing me the process. He's showing me the preparation for where what's gonna happen next.
Right.
But I just have to steward the in-between very well.
Yes.
Yeah, don't get lazy in the in-between.
Yeah.
Don't get depressed. Don't feel doubtful.
Don't compare.
Do not compare, because what God may have you to do at that time is gonna almost be different from the people who are around you, but He's called you to something for a reason, and 10 times out of 10 it's not even for us, it's for somebody else.
Yes.
And so you just have to steward that in between very well. It's like, okay, now that I have the time, now that I'm in between, have that notepad out, and don't get up so fast when you're talking to God.
Yeah.
Yeah, let you have a conversation with Him. You talk, He talks. He may not talk right then and there,
yeah.
but He's gonna respond to whatever you ask, and so just steward that in between very well.
Yeah, I think that that's definitely not an easy place to be.
It's easier said than done.
Yes.
And it's like, but yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and it seems like you're always in the in-between.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we really think about it, like that's a phase that, I mean, we're always growing.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a constant growing state, and you're shedding weight of who you used to be.
Yeah.
And not quite who you're going to be, but yet God will give you that vision
Yes,
of
He
who
will.
you're going to be. We were just talking earlier before the podcast, and I was just telling you, I was
Yeah.
like, I saw this vision, I was like, okay, but how do I get there?
Yeah.
You know, I can see this stage, I can see the authorship, I can see the books, I can see, and I'm like, oh, that is beautiful.
Yeah.
Me? Like little me?
Yeah.
I'm like, God, I'm honored.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the day-to-day looks like. Sometimes it's gray. I talk to my fiance all the time about spiritual warfare.
Yeah.
And that's another topic for another episode. But spiritual warfare is real.
It is very real.
It'll keep you up at night.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just last night, I knew I was going to record today, and I slept probably about 3 hours last night. And it was like my spirit, it was conflicted. It was one side of me that was saying, you're tired, don't get up in the morning, call it off, right? You know, and then there was another side that was saying, Cydney, be obedient.
Yeah.
You know, Cydney, your voice needs to be used. Cydney, you're going to talk to Gabby tomorrow. So obedience, you know, it can lead to a greater place if we just say yes. And give ourselves grace in the in-between process. Understand that we don't have to just be that person tomorrow. We don't have to go and have all the answers tomorrow.
Right.
And that's where God comes in, because He can give you peace, because He has the plan.
Right.
He has a plan, and He has something that is written that we don't even have to try to figure out.
Absolutely.
We just have to give Him a little step.
Yeah.
We just have to say, okay, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll do a little bit today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show up today. I'll put a little makeup on. I'm gonna make the post.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call my friend. I'm gonna call my mom. Like, I'm gonna do whatever I need to do, even though I don't really want to.
Yeah.
So
it's two things that just came to me while you were saying that. One of them is, like I was just speaking to me just now, and he was talking about our pace and slowing down. So for us to just be encouraged to just slow down.
right.
Because we often want to be at our own pace and feeling like you have to move so fast. I have to have this, I have to have that. But our timing does not equate to God's timing.
Yeah.
And so if you just slow down and just be patient, just operate in patience, operate in grace. So a lot of my friends have been like, Gabby, it's almost like you're like floating everywhere you go. And it's like, I know, because I don't want to be in a rush. Because God may tell me to stop and talk to somebody. Literally everywhere I've been going, I've sat in the car until God has told me to get out.
Really?
And as soon as I got out, I've seen either someone that I've known or He's had me speak to someone. But it was because I've been practicing patience.
Wow.
And the second thing that just came to me was, I know both of us have mentioned about having visions, and there may be some women or men that have said, like, you know, I don't have visions of what God wants me to do. Ask Him to give you show me.
Show me.
Just tell Him what you want. Show me where show me what it's going to look like for me to be there. And then you hold on to that. You have faith. You can hold on to that because you've already saw it. So now you have a vision of what it's going to look like when you get there. So
That's
if God doesn't speak to you in visions, just ask Him to, and He will.
Right. And ask Him for the next step.
Yeah.
Like, once you get the vision, that's what I've done.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I know what that looks like at the tail end of where I'm supposed to go.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I don't know what I'm supposed to do today
To
get to that point. So God, show me what I
Yeah.
need to do today.
Yeah.
You know, put it in my spirit, put it in somebody else's spirit to tell me, show me on TV, show me in something I read on Instagram, or any sort of way you want to show me, God. My eyes are open, my ears are listening.
Yes.
I want to know what you want me to do to get to that next step.
Yeah, I pray that all the time. God, give me eyes to see.
Yes.
Give me a mouth to speak. Give me ears to hear what thus saith the Lord. I say that all the time, every time
That's
I pray.
beautiful.
Because I want to be in alignment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds like we're in alignment.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So I have one more question for
Okay.
you. Before we wrap up, what are you currently working on that you are excited about? What would you like to share with the Beautiful Vessels community?
Absolutely. So God has just launched me again to really taking the platform that he has given me and really making it concrete. So I've just launched an initiative. It's called Move Her Forward. It's a mentorship program where we really focus on something I like to call like the forward method. And it's broken down into different steps so that it can be able to reach people wherever they are, and just kind of helping people identify going from being in a crisis to operating in clarity, going from feeling like you're stuck to operating strategically. And something that he's just recently had me work on is a new book that I am getting ready to publish. Well, it's already published, but it's getting ready to be out there. And it's called From Hidden to Whole. It's called From Hidden to Whole. And I have it with me today, just a little show it, you know. So it's called From Hidden to Whole, and it's a 7-day devotional, and it's about doing the deep work. And that is something that I feel like we run away from doing deep work. But it's 7 days. It's questions that's going to make you like sit with yourself and reflect on things that may have happened to you in the past, or maybe places that you want to go, things that you need to deal with on the inside, questions that you probably ran from but you need to face. It has some relatable stories from the Bible that goes along with the 7 days. Some of the stories are from the Bible, and some of the stories are like a made-up scenario that can help people feel like they can resonate with it. And then it also has like some journaling space. And then in the end of the book, it also has a space where it takes you from going through those 7 days to now you have like some practical steps every day that you can use to help you to continue to move forward. So it is called From Hidden to Whole. It will be available very soon. It's going to be available very soon on my website. The website is www.gabriellescott.org. The link will be there, and then it'll also be available on Amazon. So yeah.
Awesome. I need to get a hold of this
Yes.
book. I'm so excited for you.
Thank
It's
you.
honestly so beautiful. I feel like any woman can benefit from just having their hands on this book and really getting connected with Gabby here. She's such a light.
Thank you.
I remember whenever I first met you, I was like, God, you put in my spirit, I need to go talk to her. I was like, I have to. I was like, and I think I even said to him, I was like, I know this may be weird, but can I get connected with you?
You did. He's like, I don't know what it is, but I think we're supposed to be doing something. I'm like, okay.
Exactly. It was obedience.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that I listened to the call. Like, I'm so happy that I said, okay, God, I'm going to go talk to her. I'm going to go figure out what you want me to do. And I'm super excited for everything that God is doing in your life. Like, I feel like you are living such a purposeful life.
Thank you.
Your story is being showcased. Your experiences, the things that you've gone through are just testaments to who you are and who you will become. And I'm honestly so excited. So thank you all so much for joining us in this podcast episode. Gabby, I'm so happy that you decided to join us today.
Yes, I'm honored to be here.
Thank you so much. Make sure that you all stay connected to everything that Gabby has going on. I will have her linked down, booked in the bottom of this podcast episode. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe so that you never miss these types of conversations. Once again, thank you so much for tapping into another Beautiful Vessels podcast. I'll see you next time.